It's another Friday Night Rocks on Root Sports. We're going to hear some local music and see some National League Central Division baseball as the Pirates hope to make some sweet music on the scoreboard again. Coming off a win over the Reds last night, they'll open a 3-game set against the St. Louis Cardinals tonight at PNC Park. And hi again, everyone, with Steve Blass. I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Ince-Mikowski joins us in a bit. The bats did get going last night. The Pirates ended a 5-game skid. Andrew McCutchen's bat got going. That's something Pirates fans have been waiting to see.
Absolutely. It was Andrew McCutchen night at the ballpark last night with the bat. Also made a great throw, cutting down a runner at second base. But when he gets the bat going, everybody starts to relax a little bit. And he got the bat going last night. That was so good to see for Andrew on a personal basis and for this Pittsburgh Pirate baseball team.
Well, Andrew McCutchen helped to pace the Pirate offense and hopes to do it again tonight. He told us a few days ago, when it starts, it's not going to stop. As far as the pitching matchup is concerned, we've got a dandy for you tonight. Michael Wacha and Francisco Liriano.
Yeah, this is about as good as it gets. They're both really pitching extremely well. I don't look to see a lot of offense tonight, so you're going to have to take advantage of every opportunity. Wacha is 4-0. We know what Francisco Liriano has been doing. This is a perfect setting and a perfect night for baseball. This should be a really good night for Pittsburgh Pirate fans to watch their Buccos.
Liriano will throw out the first pitch momentarily as we count you down to it here at PNC Park. Time to gain some ground and get back at the Cardinals. It's the Pirates and the Redbirds coming up on Root Sports. Hawkeyes, Friday Night Rocks. Wow. Danny Corso out there. He rocks on the camera. Check him out. Danny's ready to go, so are we. And we're glad you're with us from PNC Park as the Pirates open a 3-game set with the St. Louis Cardinals. Andrew McCutchen, a 3-hit night last night. Hopes to repeat the feat tonight as he leads the outfielders out onto the field. Let's take a look at the Cardinals lineup written up by manager Mike Matheny. It's presented by Honda. Peter Borges will lead off. Colton Wong in the 2 spot playing second base. Holiday third. Johnny Peralta, the shortstop, bats fourth. And he has more at bats against Liriano than any other Cardinal. Mark Reynolds will play first base. Jason Hayward and Yadier Molina. Pete Kozma at third base. Matt Carpenter not here. Michael Wacha pitching, batting ninth against Francisco.
Francisco Liriano getting the start. His numbers brought to you by Hyundai, and he has been just fine. And what you look at from Francisco Liriano, make sure you cut down the free passes. He had one start this year where he walked 6. You can't do this. You can't give them that many chances. They're playing too well. Also, you need to back him up with some real strong defense. Make all the plays you're supposed to make.
Defensively behind Frankie tonight, presented by Honda. Marte, McCutchen, Polanco, Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer, Neil Walker, and Pedro Alvarez around the horn, and Francisco Cervelli catching Liriano.
The law firm of Francisco and Francisco. Liriano 4-1 lifetime against the Redbirds, 9 career starts. I mean, this just looks like a tremendous pitching matchup. The setting is gorgeous, and if you like good pitching, just get ready. I think you can dig your heels in and see a good bit of that. I'll be surprised if we don't.
We'll see some from that young man there, Michael Wacha. Francisco Liriano has been exceptional this year as well, looking to get more wins out of things. Just 1-1. He starts off Borges with a strike.
You know, you can talk all around a pitcher every once in a while, but Francisco Liriano has started 5 games. He has given up 7 earned runs. That is some kind of pitching.
The slider is his pitch. You know a lot about that pitch, Steve. That was yours.
Love it. Love it. When you can use half of the plate, work it inside, work it outside, side to side, more than up and down.
1-1. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
And you will see Francisco Liriano also throwing that little fading changeup to right-hand batters. We show him a lot of different things, and then that fastball with just bleed out away down the first base side. Just enough.
He struck him out. Pulled the string on him.
Yeah, there's a changeup.
Borges out in front. Strikeout number 1 for Liriano.
There's the swing, and then the ball comes along. Then we slow it down on the Allegheny Health Network Super Mo, and you can see the grip, and you can see how far he was out in front of that really, really well hidden changeup. What a weapon for Francisco.
Colton Wong at the plate. Wong, public enemy number 1 on Sunday in the bottom of the 14th in St. Louis, walking off the Pirates with a home run. Did it to the Pirates last season as well in July. He and Matt Adams on consecutive nights had walk-off home runs.
So we owe them a weekend too.
Yes.
Like they posted us last week.
3 straight walk-off wins, all in extra innings. Wong will take a strike. Now, that's only been done 3 times in Major League Baseball, Steve.
Sorry to hear that.
Looking back on that, the Reds did it to the Braves in Cincinnati in June of 1925. The first time it happened. A swinging bunt. Cervelli on top of it. 2 down. And the other time, the Tigers did it to the Twins in Minnesota in August of '72. And the Cardinals did it to the Pirates last weekend in St. Louis.
We certainly do talk about the pitching matchup, but I don't know if we emphasize the need for good defense, because you don't want to put any extra base runners on if you can possibly avoid it. So that includes the walks, and that includes the elimination of errors. A lot of leather.
Matt Holliday, .344 batter. Just 1 home run for the slugger. Fouls this one back. Sat out yesterday's game in St. Louis against the Cubs. There's a win by the Cardinals. Cardinals, by the way, coming off a homestand where they won 9 of 11. One ball and 1 strike. It's not always easy to do. They won 3 of 4 against the Phillies. Swept the Pirates and then won 3 of 4 against the Cubs. For a strike.
You know, those 4-game series, they can say all they want, but I think way down deep you're looking not to go any worse than 2-2. And when you go 3-4, 3 out of 4 against a major league team, you're doing a lot of good work in a 4-game set. You did it twice during that series. With that homestand, really.
1-2. So by 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Holliday.
What you're going to see too in this pitching matchup, you're going to see 2 pitchers that change speeds very well. Liriano 94, maybe 95, and then back down to 81 with a changeup. Walker with a fastball and the curveball that separates the speed.
2-2. He struck him out. Liriano sets him down in order, striking out 2. Gregory Polanco will lead off as we check out the Toyota starting lineup. Will Walker bats second again, 3rd game in a row he's done that. Andrew McCutchen and Starling Marte in the cleanup spot. Pedro Alvarez 5th. Josh Harrison in the 6th hole looking for a hit. Francisco Cervelli, then Jordy Mercer, and Francisco Liriano bats 9th. Facing a hard-throwing right-hander, 23-year-old Michael Wacha.
23 years old and very experienced at a very tender age. 6'6", 210 pounds, out of Iowa City, Iowa. Won his first 4 starts, no decision in that 14-inning game against the Pirates. Has pitched extremely well. Not as many strikeouts as you might expect, but again, he has that wonderful separation. A very dominant fastball, takes good speed on the curveball to get that separation. He's very young and very good.
First pitch is low ball 1 to Polanco. Polanco got it going last night with a leadoff double in the bottom of the 1st inning against Cincinnati. Came around to score. Walker would drive him in. Hitting .267. And he'll take a strike, and it's 1-1. A lot of cut fastballs now for Walker.
Those 2 pitches right there are almost identical.
He'll get a lot of those cutters in for strikes. Nearly 64% of his cutters for strikes.
And he goes with that separation of speed down to 76 with the curveball.
Walker's 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. 3-1.
Just want to mention too the running game, because we talked so much about stolen bases with the Cincinnati series. I'm wondering if the Pirates might run a little bit, and people look at me and say, well, you're crazy with Molina catching. But if Walker doesn't get the ball to him in time. Even Molina can't get it done, and he's still very young.
3-1 is a ground ball. That's up the middle. And a base hit. Colton Wong had a shot at it with a backhand, but couldn't corral it, and Polanco has himself a leadoff hit.
And I don't know if he's going to be able to get the ball to first base in time to get Polanco. He runs that well. He's off to the races. It's going to be an awkward throw if he gets the glove around it.
The Cardinals had 2 shots at it. Just hit Wong's glove. It also looked like it deflected off of Walker's glove slightly on the way by.
WW. Walker wasn't watching.
That's what you write in your scorebook.
WW.
You weren't looking at the play. WW.
But we'll see, because you have to have help from the pitcher to throw somebody out.
Walker hitting .280. Neal's been perhaps the most consistent hitter for the Pirates this year. He had a pair of hits last night, scored a pair of runs. And a pitch from Walker. And Neal fouls it off. How about our Rivers Casino tips to win tonight, Steve?
Yeah, our pen against their pen. We love our bullpen. Their bullpen has been ranked very high, if not first in the National League, but they're used a lot. Mike Matheny has no hesitations about going to the pen. And how about our left-handers against the right-hander, Michael Wacha? Let's see how they fare.
The Cardinal bullpen with a 1.47 ERA. That is tops in the National League.
Mr. Wacha amps it up to 96 miles an hour.
Conversely, the Pirates bullpen is 6th with a 3.07 ERA.
We're not used to seeing our guys ranked that low. For the last couple of years, they've been on top or very near it.
No balls and 2 strikes. Throw to first. One thing that could challenge the Cardinals tonight, something to keep an eye on later in the game. Mike Matheny uses his bullpen more than anybody. And tonight, without Matt Carpenter, Carpenter is back in St. Louis. He will not take part in this series. He was held home. Extreme fatigue is what the doctors are saying in St. Louis. So they've got a 4-man bench. Now it's a 3-man bench. Reynolds with the handling of Walker's ground out. Polanco on the move. He's safe at second, so 1 out.
So the Pirates do put Polanco in motion. I bring that up because Wacha is so young. This is what, his 4th year of professional ball. They signed him in 2012, took him in the first round. And he moved up very, very quickly. Had a sensational postseason in 2013. But again, you wonder if you protect or you perfect your craft in all aspects, including holding runners on. So we'll see how it plays out. They've already taken off once on him.
Pitch to McCutchen. Ground ball toward the middle. Wong had him played there, and he throws him out. So the Cardinals overshifted to the middle. Colton Wong was right there to throw out Andrew McCutchen. 2 down, and Polanco advancing to third.
Usually expect those kind of ground balls to go right on into center field, but this is the era of shifting. Playing tendencies, playing percentages.
We're at third base, 2 down. Starling Marte, the batter. Marte in the last 5 games has gone 7 for 21. Walker will deliver the high strike every now and again, too. Try to get a chase upstairs.
They shake up the lineup. There's Marte leading off of that shot.
A lot of them sit down. Those guys must have got here for a team photo.
No lack of Pirate identification in this crowd. We're going to have another good crowd tonight. That's when it gets real good. Father with his son at the ballpark.
1-1. 2 balls and a strike to Starling. 2 RBIs in the game last night for Marte. He's got 20 runs batted in to lead the club. Trying to get another man in. First run of the game, perhaps. Count is even at 2-2. Facing Michael Wacha, who became the first Cardinal pitcher, 23 years of age or younger, to win his first 4 starts of a season.
And certainly pitched well enough in the 5th one against the Pirates with 6 2/3 scoreless innings. A 14-inning game.
2-2. That is through the wickets, and the Pirates have a 1-0 lead. Marte heading to second, and he is in. Right between the legs of Pete Kozma, the third baseman.
That ball kind of overpowered Kozma. That was a hot corner, and the ball was just a little too hot for him. And the knee-jerk reaction, would Matt Carpenter have made that play? We'll never know. But that ball was smoked. That ball was smoked. If he makes the play, it's very much an above-average play. But he doesn't. The Pirates get the run in, still in business. And Marte never hesitating. Going around first base, he senses that extra 90 feet.
So the error on Kozma gives the Pirates their first run. And Pedro Alvarez at the plate. Swing and a miss by Pedro. .221 for Alvarez. Missed a home run in the 5th inning last night by maybe 2 feet at the center field. Went off the wall for a double. And this one off the glove of Walker. Pedro's got to hurry. And Pedro's out. Peralta bails out Michael Wacha. Big error on Kozma, and the Pirates with a 1-0 lead, and we are rocking on Friday Night Rocks on Root Sports.
Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places. By Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. And by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks.
Pirates with a 1-0 lead. Top of the second. Liriano to face Peralta. Ball 1 to the Cardinals shortstop. Peralta, Reynolds, and Hayward. Bucco fans pleased with the start of the ball game. 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Francisco, there's your run. Go get him. You predict some of these pitching matchups and it winds up 11-7, but more often it winds up 2-1.
This one is hit in the air to center field and deep. McCutchen back, and it's gone.
I mean, really gone.
And just like that, the game is tied as Johnny Peralta hits his 4th homer of the year, and it was mashed.
He was looking for something he got, and he got all of it. Comfortably over the center field wall toward the batter's eye. That had that sound.
It's the 3rd career home run for Peralta against Liriano. And hits the side of the batter's eye in the Pirates bullpen, the back bullpen.
And I was looking at the grid. That ball's downstairs. He went down and got it. It was also like a 3-iron going out of there. But the sound. I know that sound.
You heard that sound a few times?
Oh, yeah. Some of them you even have to admire yourself.
Well, Peralta in the 2nd inning with a home run. Now a 1-1 game. Back to square one. After the first game between these two teams Friday night, I visited with Clint Hurdle in the manager's office Saturday for the pregame radio show. I said, well, 19 games. In the first game, a 2-1 extra inning affair. So what are the next 18 going to be like? He said, you know, they'll be different, but the next 2 are also 1-run ball games, extra inning games.
Urban copies.
And now are back tied in the 4th meeting of the year. So these are going to be grind 'em out games more often than not between the Cardinals and Pirates. He likes to refer to it as World Cup soccer scores.
Goal.
We shall see. A lot of game left in this one tonight.
Peralta's thing was hockey. He shoots and scores.
3-2. He got him looking. Breaking ball.
Yep.
Reynolds is down on strikes. 3 strikeouts for Liriano. Bucks and Cards tomorrow, 7:05. Zambelli fireworks after the game, presented by Coca-Cola in Cedar Point. Plus, every fan's a winner too on an Eaton Park Scratch and Win Saturday. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. Night tomorrow night as well. Free shirt Friday night tonight. Rooting for the Bucks on Root Sports. Ball 1 to Jason Hayward. Hayward scored 3 runs against the Cubs yesterday and the day before. Back-to-back games. 6 runs scored against Chicago. The estimated distance on the home run, Steve. You want to know it?
I'm going to say 438.
Close. 448.
I mean, that was impressive. And then even more so when you saw the pitch location where he went and got the ball. Hit it off that, if we're going to stay there for a minute, hit it off that edge.
3-0. It's in for a strike. Peralta has brought a bunch of stability to that Cardinal infield since coming over. And the walk to Hayward. 1 out, and the Cardinals with a man aboard. The catcher Yadier Molina will face Liriano, and Liriano and Cervelli talking about what's next. Martinez, tomorrow night starter, visiting with Peralta. And here is Molina, hitting .258. Swing and a miss. And the Cardinals might have the upper hand at Busch Stadium against the Pirates. They do against most teams. They've got a great home record, but When it comes to playing away from Busch Stadium in the division, the Cardinals are just 6-13 at PNC Park in 2013 and 2014. So the last 2 seasons, 6-13 here. Meantime, everywhere else in the division, they are either at or above 500. This is the only ballpark in the Central Division where the Cardinals have a losing record.
So the way I see it, what you're saying, they're really good at home and really good on the road, except for Pittsburgh. That's been pretty darn good.
It's just math, Steve. It's all math.
Yeah.
Strike called to Molina. Ball and 2 strikes. Two coming. There goes Hayward, and this ball is lifted in the air to center field.
And we appreciate that because Hayward had second base stolen.
So there is the home record for the Pirates. Just reverse what I just told you, 13-6
since 2013.
Differential. The Pirates at home. 1.5. Better. Run differential plus 21 at home.
We win here, they win there.
That's kind of the way it's been. And that was the difference in 2013. The Cardinals had game 5 of the division series at Busch Stadium. Pirates had game 4 here. Walker pitched opposite Charlie Morton, and remember that game? That was a spectacular pitching matchup. And Walker had a no-hitter going until Pedro Alvarez broke it up with a home run. But winning game 4 obviously would have been key if they had taken care of business that night. We'd have been off to Los Angeles for the National League Championship Series. Got another crack at it at Busch Stadium. Had to face Adam Wainwright.
That's never real good. But we'll not see him the rest of this year.
Well, Garrett Cole got the start in game 5 opposite Wainwright. 2013, his rookie season. He was pitching the best for the Pirates at that time. That was the best chance to advance. And Cosma takes a strike.
He's at third base, and we certainly hope the best for Matt Carpenter. Some serious stuff going on, extreme fatigue and some heart issues, heartbeat issues. And we wish him well. He's one fine baseball player.
Mariano is 1-1, and Cosma into right center, and Polanco took an interesting angle to the ball, but it worked out in the end. 1 run on Johnny Peralta's home run. It's 1-1. Why David Ortiz lent guidance to fellow countryman Gregory Polanco. Hit the links with John Holtzcomb and much more. It's a new Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network, and it debuts tomorrow after postgame on Root Sports. A 1-1 game. At the bottom of the second inning, Jay Hayes due. UPMC scoreboard. One's all over the place. Jay Hayes swing and a miss. Josh is 0 for his last 17. A very tough slump right now. Looking to hit his way out of it. That's the only way to get out of it. Keep slugging. You got to hit your way out. Average is just 175. And he pokes this one foul down the first base side.
You know, you're talking about cut fastballs and sliders, which a slider is a cut fastball, and that's why you can get away with some borderline pitches every once in a while, because it's late movement. A slider is a fastball that moves late, and sometimes it appears to be more of a fastball that's going to stay on the same line, and then all of a sudden late, so it can fool an umpire as well as a batter. It's one of the beauties of a well-placed slider. And Waka cuts the ball, and that's what that is.
Fastball's pulled down to third, backhanded by Cosma. He throws out Josh. One out for the Pirates in the second. We saw Molina set up over the inside half of the plate. Figured that fastball was coming in. Josh can turn on a fastball, but pulled it down to third. And back to the drawing board for Harrison. Cervelli takes up and away. Ball one. Francisco had the night off last night. Chris Stewart caught instead. Stewart had a good game too.
Big 2 RBI single. A couple hits.
Caught a good game. And Cervelli to center field. Borges on it. 2 down. 2 quick outs for the Pirates in the Bucks half of the second inning. You can save big on Pirates baseball this season with the Port Authority Connect card. Save up to $10 per ticket to Sunday through Thursday Pirates games. Get $10 off on lower outfield box and outfield box tickets. You can save $6 per ticket on outfield reserve and grandstand seats. For tickets, go to pirates.com/connect card. 2 outs, base is empty. Jordy Mercer takes a strike. Jordy, another one of those guys struggling, was this way at the beginning of last year. And starting again for him. He goes down to first, thrown out by Peralta. 10-pitch inning for Michael Wacha.
Pirates and Cardinals. I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski. Back in spring training, we showed you a new clubhouse in McKechnie Field and the murals that were painted around there. Well, when the Pirates returned home last Sunday night from their road trip, they found the same thing. Essentially the same mural painted along the walls here right outside the clubhouse. They might have even thought they were in Florida. GM Neil Huntington told me it's a fantastic way to celebrate the history of the Pirates. They have a rich history here, and this is a great reminder of that. Plus, it gives us a chance to celebrate that and the present. They've had success here the last couple of years. Plus, he said, Tim, it brightens the place up a little bit. Some nice stuff going on right out there as the guys make their way in and out. And that's Dave Arrigo right down. He's the guy that took many of those recent shots of the Pirates and their success.
And what a fabulous job David Arrigo has done for a lot of years in all aspects of Pittsburgh Pirate baseball. Yep. David Arrigo, a big part of the Pirate family.
1 ball, 1 strike to Michael Walker. There's even a nice black and white of you.
You had to say black and white before color, huh?
I didn't say before color. I just said it was black and white. It was you and Manny, wasn't it?
You know what?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm happy I made the wall.
It's good. You're on the wall.
Made the wall.
That was the final out of the 71 World Series. Yep. Absolutely.
Fun afternoon.
Should be up there.
Fun afternoon.
2-1 pitch to Walker. This one is slapped foul into the second deck out of play. 2 ball, 2 strike count to Walker.
Yep.
Pete Diana from the Post-Gazette, another photographer who has seen a lot of Pirates baseball action.
Done a lot of good things. I've been seeing Pete Diana's photos in Pittsburgh newspapers for a ton of years. A little byline. Yep. A lot of bylines on a lot of good photos. Great photos.
2-2 pitch. And Walker checked his swing. First base umpire Paul Emmel. And the count now full, 3-2 to Michael Walker.
Could have got a call there, but didn't. One of those 50-50 jobs. Now you got a big pitch. And he stays alive. You don't want to walk the pitcher anytime. But, these Cardinals are red hot. You take them with nobody out up to the top of the lineup.
Jerry Meals behind the plate. He is the crew chief. And Walker slowly hit ground ball to the left side. And Jay Hay boots it. And that'll be an error on Harrison, and Michael Walker is aboard to start the Cardinal third.
Just hit off the heel of the glove, and then it gets away. That second escape of the baseball eliminates any possibility. If he gets it right there, he still might have a chance to get it against the pitcher running.
So now Peter Borges up for the second time. Man on base. Borges struck out swinging in the first. And he looks to bunt, bunts a foul for strike 1.
Now what you want to do if you're Francisco Liriano is pick up your third baseman. The old theory, and it's been around for 100 years, they saved you defensively for 1,000 times. See if you can pick them up, get them off the hook. Liriano knows all about that. He's been around.
Borges a .333 average. Right-handed bat in the lineup for Mike Matheny tonight. John Jay is on the bench, a left-handed hitter. And a ground ball that is past third, a fair ball. Walker rounding second. He will go to third easily. And in with a double is Peter Borges.
And the Cardinals set up shop. Downstairs underneath the strike zone. You see Josh a good bit off the line, and he got to it. The ball looked like it went just under his glove. So a couple of tough situations for Josh Harrison. Not only 0 for 1, but a couple plays at third base that he'll tell you he should have made.
Now Liriano's got to do some pitching. 1-1 game facing Colton Long, and that's a strike. And he's got to do some pitching against the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Wong, Holiday, and Peralta. Strike two. Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Major League leaders in batting average against with runners in scoring position. Who's at the top of the list? Top two, as a matter of fact. The second guy standing at third base.
More evidence. We should see a lot of pitching tonight. But the Cardinals have a chance to break this thing open early in the ball game. You're thinking damage control. Good save, good save, good save. This day and age, with everybody trying to throw the ball downstairs, catcher's defense just added emphasis.
1-2 to Colton Wong. Popped him up. And Neil Walker will put it away. Not an infield fly because there's not a force play.
Okay, step one, we've talked about this a lot. In these situations, men at second, third, nobody out, bases loaded, nobody out. You're thinking, well, you know, probably a good chance they're going to score, so let me minimize. Let it be one or two. Don't let it be three. You're trying to give up as little as you can. Now you get that first out, nobody's moved. Well, you start thinking, maybe you know, I get another kind of quirky out or strike out. Maybe I can get out of this. So your mindset changes a little bit after you get that first one. But you're still facing a lot of work.
Well, tough customer right here because Matt Holliday is the league leader in batting average with runners in scoring position, hitting .550.
Well, you could really frustrate him then if he doesn't get it done.
That's right. This one to the gap. This one is going to the notch. And this one is gone. A 3-run home run for Holiday, just his second homer of the year. And the Cardinals up now 4-1. Boy, that ball carried.
Damage was not minimized. That is a lot of strength. We'll look at see where that pitch location was. It looked like it was out of weight from him a little bit, but it might not be the case. No, not away at all. Right down Grant Street. It was just a matter of how much damage was going to result when that ball took off.
Strike to Peralta.
This is just to the right of the 410 sign.
You don't see many of them get tucked in there.
Well, the door to the bullpens.
Well, the Cardinals come out swinging. They have just 3 hits, but 2 of them have left the yard, and they have been extremely effective, responsible for all 4 runs.
And we don't really have to mention again that it all started with an error at third base.
Jay boots it, recovers, and throws out Peralta. Ball took a hop on Jay, but he kept it in front. Allegheny Health Network Super Mole will show it to us.
And that ball got up off the heel. But here's a lesson: you don't quit. You've had a couple tough plays. You get another one, you don't quit on it. Go get it. You still might have a chance. That's what you tell every young baseball player. Applies to any age.
One-0 pitch to Reynolds. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. Reynolds tacks this one toward the mound. There's Liriano to play it.
He almost caught a flyer.
Yeah, they do a really good play. 3 runs. on the home run by Matt Holliday.
Ball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Malibu and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
4-1 St. Louis. 3-run home run by Matt Holliday. The big difference right now. Johnny Peralta with a solo shot. The Pirates now batting in the bottom of the third inning. Liriano will lead off against Michael Wacha. Josh Harrison a little bit upset with how things have gone right now. Tossing the glove. Committed an error that led to one of the runs. A little flare right at Peralta. One out.
No, we've already seen more runs than I thought we'd see total tonight. But as they say, a lot of baseball left, a lot of at-bats left.
Peralta, Holliday home runs. With Holliday's home run, it went to the left side of second base. He doesn't hit a lot of balls over there against the Pirates. But boy, did he crush it.
Two impressive home runs hit by the Cardinals tonight. I mean, impressive.
Polanco shows bunt and takes a strike. I know you gave up a handful or more in your career, but was there anyone you remember that you said, boy, I was proud to throw that one?
Alphabetically or by number? I threw, you know, the Sabre people, who I'm looking forward to spending some time with tomorrow. They keep track of all that. They presented me with a list of every home run I gave up. 126.
126. Colton Wong will throw out Polanco, and there are two away for the Pirates in the third. The Pitt Panthers baseball team heads to Atlanta, Georgia this weekend for an ACC matchup against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Don't miss the first pitch live right here tomorrow at 1 on Root Sports. College baseball, Pitt and Georgia Tech tomorrow. Two outs, base is empty. Walker takes ball one.
There was a golf course up and back of the center field wall at Forbes Field, and Willie McCovey hit one onto the third green.
Did it?
One evening. Fortunately, it was late in the day, and there were too many people around to get hurt.
Did he get out there and play it for Eagle?
You can see it every night about 10:15. It's still
going.
Orbits Allegheny County.
Aubrey loves the Bucks.
Yeah.
She does too.
Youngsters back watching Pittsburgh Pirate baseball.
So many of them. Young families out here Friday night. Of course, the Sundays are always kids' days at the ballpark.
Yep. Walker and his buddies hoping to give them all something to cheer about tonight. Plenty of time to do that.
Slowly hit ground ball foul to first.
Walker. Told you he was signed in 2012. Postseason play in 2013. He was the MVP of the League Championship Series or the Divisional Series at a very tender age of 21. Still just 23 years old. Watch it.
All the way up in the suite. Food, beverage, and a foul ball. And Walker's hit. Bucks with a base runner. Walker down to first. This will bring up McCutchen.
Now you can move a lot of your body around, especially upper body, but when it gets down toward the legs are pretty well dug in with those cleats and ankles and feet. Tougher to get out of the way. It's down there.
Catch grounded out. First time up. 208. Two down and Walker at first. Nice to see McCutchen get into one.
Yep. Walker does not give up a lot of home runs. And of course, he's not been around all that long, but he's done a good job. Home runs compared to games started.
Two balls, no strikes. Clutch's last home run, Steve, came on the 12th of April at Milwaukee.
Well, we've got some folks to acknowledge while we have a moment. Want to wish a very happy birthday to Mo Jacob. Happy 93rd. Great Pirate fan, Mo Jacob. Been watching a lot of Pirate baseball. Happy birthday, Mo.
All right, Mo. Get a win for Mo tonight.
Yep. Good mojo going.
Two 2-0 pitch is up high. 3-0.
Happy birthday, Troy. Troy just turned today.
Yep. Celebrating his 21st birthday again.
Just don't know which anniversary of that 21st birthday is.
Yeah, that's what we're still trying to figure out. Our staff will come up with it. 3-1. Now it's a full count pitch. Walker will be on the move.
Ender looking for a fastball, and this thing is just an absolute perfecta. That's that cutter, and again, it's a late break. It looks like a fastball till it gets really late, so it's tough. You think it's in one spot, and then all of a sudden late, it's not.
The opponents are hitting 179 against Walker's cutter.
Well, that's part of the deception. If you throw it in the right spot, it just looks like a fastball. Only when you get ready to hit that fastball, it's a little further outside. The vulnerability, if you don't throw it in a good spot, it doesn't have the speed of a fastball, doesn't have the break of a curveball. So if it's down the middle, it's pretty inviting.
Payoff pitch. We'll get another.
the slider, as it was always called. You can't call the cutter later on, but Ted Williams said the slider changed baseball. If it's not thrown in the right spot, it's one of the easiest pitches to hit. It's an easier breaking ball to control than a curveball. There's a lot more components to a curveball than a slider.
3-2, little tapper, that might be trouble. Cosma bare hands, throws, safe at first is McCutcheon.
And Mike Matheny's on the top step and waiting for information as to whether to pursue this call at first base.
Well, when you watch the Cardinals play, anytime there's anything close, Mike Matheny wants it looked at, and he's safe there. I don't think that Cardinals will take a look at it. Allegheny Health Network, Supermo slowing it down. And at real speed.
Yep. Not everybody beats this ball out, but Andrew does. Extending the inning, extending the possibility, extending the opportunity.
Kutch now has hit safely in 8 of his last 10. And Marte a base hit. Walker's going to get waved around. Here comes the throw from Holiday, and Walker is safe. A 2-out RBI single for Starling Marte. His 21st run batted in. 4-2.
And there's the value of hustle. Andrew McCutcheon beating that ball out just barely, extending the opportunity. And the Pirates cash it in. They're still in business. That ball right there. He hit it hard. And now we're going to have a visit out to Mr. Walker. Matt Holliday, known for a lot of things in a positive manner, not the strongest arm, and Neil Walker comfortably in.
Derek Lilliquist heading back to the Cardinal dugout.
The Pirates answer.
Marte with his 3rd RBI in the last 2 games. He's off first base. Big lead there with Reynolds playing behind him. McCutcheon at second. And Pedro takes strike 1. 218, 5 home runs. He had a home run Sunday against the Cardinals in extra innings, give the Pirates a 2-1 lead.
Well, you want to see Friday Night Rock. Have him run into one right here.
Home run came very late in that contest in the 12th inning. A little off the plate, but called a strike. 0-2 the count. Series of signs by Molina with the runner at second. Pedro to left field. That ball is going to slice. He's got the ability to change the game with one swing.
Yeah, he always gets your attention when he hits the ball in the air with a fly ball. You just is initially, even if it's not really deep, you flinch a little bit.
Walker's 0-2. And Alvarez hung in there. Off-speed pitch. Well, Walker got it going with 2 outs, hit by a pitch. And the infield single for McCutcheon and the line drive by Marte. Searching for a chase with the Cardinals, but Alvarez didn't oblige. 1-2. For Alvarez, 89 home runs since the start of the 2012 season. That's second only to the Marlins' Giancarlo Stanton in the National League. He's got 105. And Pedro foul tips it into the glove of Molina. 2 men left, 1 man scores. And after 3, it's a 4-2 Cardinal lead. Greenleaf and some of the plays of the week this week for the Pirates. Bucks get a run back, and it's 4-2 as we start the 4th inning. Starling Marte's 6th 2-out RBI this season. Swing and a miss by Hayward. It's 0-2. Hayward walked and was stranded first time up. Well, it's Friday night. Why not? Fun night at the park. Good crowd here. Great crowd here tonight. They all came out for Steve Blass t-shirt night. Oh no, I'm sorry, free shirt night. Free shirt Friday.
Watch it. Be careful. Great turnout. Great turnout.
Last time there was a Steve Blass t-shirt night.
There has not been one.
There? Oh, that's a Maz t-shirt.
Yeah, and a good-looking one it is.
Yeah. And out on strikes is Hayward.
How good one that is. Number 4.
Sunday's Mother's Day. Hope you're out here. Bring all the moms, because all moms in attendance take home a reusable tote bag, courtesy of MLB Network. Stop by the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone before the game. After, kids and moms get to run the bases, courtesy of the original pizza logs. For tickets, Pirates.com. Yadier Molina will take just outside for a ball. And while we have a moment, we'll say happy birthday to Liam.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Spending it at the ballpark.
2-0 to Molina. If you're having a birthday today, raise your hand, and we'll say happy birthday to you. .2-0 pitch. It's 2-1 to Molina.
Cervelli takes a shot. That's against the union agreement for catchers to foul ball back at the catching opponent. And well, Francisco is recovering. Speaking of birthdays, happy 90th to Stanley Zeitz Zeidel, one of Southside's most famous Bucco fans. One of the best. I know the story about Stanley Zeitz. He's just a pup compared to Mo Jacob. He's only 90. Happy birthday to Zeitz. This Friday night.
So a little professional courtesy by one catcher to another. They can certainly relate. Molina and Cervelli. And home plate umpire Jerry Meals certainly understands as well. So giving the hired catcher just an extra moment. Now we're ready. And a comebacker. 2 down. Well, this day in history, many of you were born, but in our day automotive, this day in Pirates history, 1925, Pirates shortstop Glenn Wright accomplished one of the rare feats in baseball, turning an unassisted triple play against the Cardinals. He was the 5th player ever to pull it off, and only 10 or more have done it in the 90 years of baseball since. Pirates lost that game 10-9.
You know, that's some bad base running, too, combined with that, usually in those kind of situations.
Yeah, but it is fun to see.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Triple play. If you ever get a chance to see one.
I saw one. Mickey Morandini turned one. It's the Bucks.
Hard to do.
And add insult to injury. Local guy. Mickey grew up around this area.
0-1 to Pete Cosmo. 2 down, bases empty for St. Louis. Tries to bunt, and
oh no,
that got Cervelli in a bad spot.
For the second time.
Yeah, he might need another moment. Got any more birthdays?
Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact.
All right.
Well, no, just want to say hello to Buzz Dominic. He just got out of the hospital recently up in the Newcastle area. So hope he's feeling better. He's back on the active list, back on the roster. And he and his wife Dolly will be celebrating their 63rd anniversary later on this summer. Well, he's asking Francisco if he's all right. He says, yes, I am. It's not even funny. Mike Matheny knows the feeling.
Former catcher.
That's you know they say one of the toughest things when you foul a ball off your foot, then you do the same thing the next night. It ain't nothing compared to this. And your teammates are usually heartless. They're hollering out now to the batter. Cosmo, are you all right? Cosmo, or A-Ump, you all right? They're asking everybody else if they're okay, knowing that their guy's just suffering.
2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. And that was a lot less eventful for Cervelli.
You're the gasoline, so easy to ignore.
Volatile on Friday Night Rocks on Root Sports. UPMC scoreboard 4-2 Cardinals. Pirates have of the fourth inning. Josh Harrison will lead off. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Smikowski with us also. Michael Wacha giving up 3 hits to this point in time. Josh Harrison looking for the next one.
And Josh really looking for something positive right now.
Both
catchers
having a conference.
Commiserating.
Francisco on deck. 2-1. This one is into right field, and that one is going to be caught by Hayward.
And that's what happens when you're in this kind of skid for Josh. To make those kind of plays. Ball trying to get down on the grass. And Hayward just barely gets to it. That's a fine defensive play.
Harrison can't buy a break.
And that's keeping the head at the glove level. You're kind of keeping everything right there.
Strike to Cervelli.
That's what you do as an outfielder, I guess. Try to keep the eyes and the glove on the same plane.
Nothing in 2 to the Pirate catcher. Time call. Hit the target. Target was set up outside.
Yep, go ahead and take a whack at it if you want to. It's not a real good pitch to hit. Do it where you want it to. Does it set up something inside? Yes, it does.
Ball 2, 2-2. Cervelli flying to center field in the second inning. Giving the Pirates some pretty good at bats. Still looking for his first home run of the season, though. Just 4 runs batted in, a .247 average. Fouled off.
All the action for the Pirates offensively coming from the top 4.
Ariano hoping his teams can, players rather, can get him another run or 2, preferably 2 or more.
Well, the one pitch obviously that hurt him, the ball to Holiday, but the Cardinals had set up shop anyway. Chances are they were going to do some kind of scoring, but that was instant offense, the 3-run shot by Matt Holiday.
And the 2-2 on the ground, all picked up by Cosmo. 2 men up. Point Park University, tweet the booth. I want to hear from you. Hashtag Bucks Booth. Send us your Pirates questions, comments, and observations. Hashtag Bucks Booth. In fact, maybe give us a guess of a question. Who did Andrew McCutchen hit his first major league home run against?
Team or pitcher?
Pitcher. Who did he hit it off of? First guy to had a home run off of back in 2009. Was a rookie?
I don't know.
Let's see if anybody knows.
Well, somebody, all you got to do is get on that Googly thing or whatever it is now.
This one up in the air to left field. Holiday back on the track. And that is out number 3. A very long and loud out for Jordy Mercer. Still 4-2 Cardinals.
story has been told here on Root Sports, including Matt Adams, who you obviously know, is from Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. But what you may not know is this is the head baseball coach at Slippery Rock University, Jeff Messer, who had Matt all 3 seasons playing college ball. And this year, you retired his jersey number this past winter. First of all, why did you do that, and what did Matt mean to your program?
Matt's the first player that we've ever had make it all the way to the major leagues, and it's something we were thinking about doing for the last year or so. The president, the athletic director, everybody got involved and thought it was a great thing, and it was just a fabulous night. And Matt's been a very good PR person for our school, for the athletic program, and for baseball. He's just a great individual.
What kind of person was he like when you had him in college, and what qualities did he show that made you think he could get to where he is right now?
He's from Phillipsburg, PA, and he's a homebody. His parents, great people. And the first time he played for one of my former players, catcher Doug Sankey. And the first time we met him, he's soft-spoken, real polite, and he stayed the same. He's still the same Matt Adams as he was in college, all the way to the pros.
Now, Jeff, being a Slippery Rock guy, what's it like when you come to these games? Obviously, you're very close with Matt, but you're also a Pirates fan. How do you describe that?
I am a Pirates fan. One of my good friends, Dave Jouts, is one of the bench coaches, and so I'm a Matt Adams fan, but I'm a Pirates fan as well. So it's I try to stay incognito a little bit, but we're always hoping Matt does very well, and he's just a great person.
Well, Jeff, we blew the cover off the incognito part, but we appreciate the time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rob.
All right, Tim and Steve, how about that? Matt Adams getting his number 25 retired at Slippery Rock.
All right. Yep.
There's Dave Joust.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's always an honor, no matter where you get it retired.
Yep. A lot of pride.
Some people think an awful lot of it. Not wear your number anymore. Hang it up. Peter Borges with 1 out, leadoff man. He will take a strike. Borges had a double in the 3rd. Matt Adams
out in the lineup against the lefty. And the lefty pouring in a couple strikes on the inside corner to Peter Borges. They want it in there again, and that's why they get it.
It worked.
Even more so. In a little bit further, and then way in and down. That's working the ladder down. You see guys work the ladder upside. Okay. That's where you want to get the pitch if you want somebody to chase.
Yeah, it's just amazing when you look at the chase rate that Francisco Liriano rolls out there. 48.5%. He'll get guys to, of the time he'll get guys to chase, which is the highest total on planet Earth. He throws more strikes without throwing strikes. Threw a strike that time, and Wong rolls it out to Marte, and Colton Wong heading for second base with a 2-out double.
I always remember the great Steve Carlton saying, "I don't throw strikes until they force me to." It's a little bit further on down the road, but a fastball that Wong just does a good job of hitting it where it's pitched. Threw it away and hit it away. Here's the Dr. Evil tonight. Matt Holliday with a 3-run homer.
To center field and deep, McCutcheon. He tracks it down for out number 3. Cardinals leave a man. It's a 4-2 St. Louis lead.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Health for all. By Kenny Ross, Ask a Neighbor. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Stage AE Outdoors looks like. Fun place. Frankie Liriano takes a strike from Michael Wacha as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Chris Dahl rocking the Friday Night Rocks t-shirt tonight. All our cameramen geared up in their concert shirts, Friday Night Rocks shirts. Bill Moreau, of course, has his Friday Night Rocks.
And a nice spin there by Mr. Bill.
Bill also joins us in the booth. How can he be 2 places at one time? I've always wanted to know that.
He's that good.
Ground ball right side. Long drops it. Has lots of time. And throws out Liriano.
4-4 to 4-3.
Frankie's 0 for 2.
My favorite crowd shot. And a lot of people to look at tonight. I'm guessing 32,500. 32,500.
I'm going to write that down. You were, I think the last time you and I were together and you guessed, you were real close. Gregory Polanco with 1 out, bases empty. And that would be ball 1.
You'd like to get 4 or 5 or 6, but get a run. Get a run right here. That puts you within 1 click. And just has a feel of being very, very close. We're just 2 away, but 1 more would be nice, and some more after that. Polanco was on base in the bottom of the 1st and took off towards 2nd. Didn't wind up being a steal situation.
2-1 to Polanco. Fouls this one off. Count is even 2-2. Love to see Polanco get on base. Love to see him run. That's part of the reason you want to see him get on. The shirt's a pretty good seller too.
A lot of them on that wall sell pretty good.
Popped up foul ground.
Get out of here. That's it.
Coach is putting up the stop sign for Molina out of courtesy.
Keep going. He's not talking to Molina. He's talking to the ball.
Wacha's 2-2. Ground ball to short. And Peralta guns it there just ahead of Polanco for the out. Ready to take a question, Steve?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Point Park University tweet. Steve, what was the hottest game you ever pitched in?
A Sunday afternoon in St. Louis, where it can get as hot as it can be anywhere. And I lost 8 pounds. And back then.
Did you really?
Yeah.
8 pounds.
I got it back.
Where'd you put it?
That's back when I weighed about 100.
You just put it on the shelf for a few minutes? Or?
No, I found it again. Yeah, I found it after the game. But it can get as hot in St. Louis. Lou Brock and some of those outfielders had to get special inserts when they had the AstroTurf at Old Busch Stadium.
Yeah,
you could see the heat radiating up off the turf. And the trap was when you got through pitching a half inning, you'd go into the clubhouse and it was air conditioned. It was gorgeous. You wanted your team to hit for a half an hour for a lot of reasons. But the problem was then you had to go out and hit the wall of that heat again.
Well, I understand the hottest game you ever broadcast was also in St. Louis. Is that right?
Well, yeah, that's a different story. That was pretty interesting.
Walker pops it up. And Cosmo, the third baseman, calling for it, finally comes down. Pirates going to order for the second straight inning.
No, good news.
Yeah, that is good news. Thank you, Rob. Charlie Peralta leads off for the Cardinals in the top of the 6th inning. Saw Charlie a couple of days ago when he was here at PNC Park. He'd thrown a bullpen and said he felt very, very good. Couldn't wait to get out there tonight in Harrisburg. And no word yet on exactly where he'll go next. He thinks it might be another AA start, perhaps in Altoona. That remains to be determined.
And we're going to be trying to avoid a leadoff free pass here in the top of the 6th. Things have settled down.
Peralta tied the game at 1 in the 2nd inning. After the Pirates went out to a 1-0 lead, and then a 3-run homer by Holiday the next in the 3rd. Now Frankie's come back to fill up the count at 3-2. Big Pedro Alvarez fan of the beard. Struck him out, came all the way back to get him.
Number 7. Huge when you're trying to keep it where it is. You don't give any base runners up when you're trailing by 2 against a very good team, and pulls the string there and has Peralta way out in front. No guarantee anymore that you're going to get a fastball on a full count delivery. It's a thing of the past. You can see him way out in front.
First baseman Mark Reynolds. 1 out, bases empty.
It's just a hard thing for major league hitters to give up on. They came all their career. They were watching fastballs on 3-2 counts. Made their living, got to the big leagues, got through their high school or college or minor league career hitting 3-2 fastballs. Not anymore up here.
Now, when do you think that really started to get away from that 3-2 fastball?
It wasn't automatic back in the 60s and 70s when I pitched, but you're seeing a lot more of it now, going to different pitches. And it has a lot to do with your pet pitch. You know, if you're not a fireballer, you're giving in to the hitter.
They talk about a pet pitch, and we talked about you having a slider. You'd go to the slider sometimes, right?
And that's the confidence you have to have in the big leagues. There's a swing and a miss there, and Francisco, number 8, and he's rolling. Yeah, and it used to be, now and it's more common, but before, as you watch, once again, way out in front with a swing that starts and finishes just about before the ball gets to home plate. But if you back in the day, if you had a breaking ball, you could throw behind in the count, 3-2 deliveries behind in the count, you can win the big leagues. Hitters, it's like breaking scar tissue for them not to look for the fastball when they're ahead in the count. When they're ahead.
3 men on the right side for the left-handed hitting Jason Hayward.
Picket line. That's why a lot of pitchers went to the slider too, because it's an easier pitch to throw for strikes. There's a lot more components to the curveball. The slider is so similar to the fastball, it's easier to control.
Seems like Liriano's slider this year is playing better than it did even last year.
Well, what I like tonight is his changeup, and he's using. See, that's the thing. He's got 2 off-speed pitches, and that gives the hitter a lot to think about. A lot of pitchers have either a curve or a slider.
There's another strike, and his strike percentage with the slider this year, 66.2%, as opposed to 62.8 last year. And the opponent's batting average against the slider last year for Liriano, 159. This year, coming into the game tonight, 067. And he strikes out Hayward and strikes out the side. 9 punch-outs for Liriano. Double E by the Hawkeyes on Friday Night Rocks. Get out and see the Hawkeyes. UPMC scoreboard says 4-2 in favor of St. Louis. Pirates half of the 6th inning. I want some runs. Andrew McCutchen leading off against Michael Wacha. McCutchen's 1 for 2. Takes ball 1 up. Average up to 216 for McCutchen. A pitch on the way. That's 2-0.
And that's pitch number 85 delivered by Michael Wacha. Keep in mind what Tim was mentioning early in the ball game, that Mike Matheny has no hesitation going deep into his bullpen. But right now, nothing wrong with Michael Walker sitting on a 2-run lead.
And as we mentioned, that the bench of Matheny only has 3 players on it tonight. Matt Adams, John Jay, Tony Cruz. Cruz the backup catcher, so it might affect. This depends how the game goes. It might affect how he uses his bullpen. This one drilled to left center field and deep. Borges on the run. He's not going to get it. That's in the north side notch. Hutch is burning around second, and he'll stop there with a leadoff double.
Wisely, they did a really good job of getting that ball back in. I was concerned about the ball bouncing over the fence and restricting it to a double. When it didn't, I thought we might have a chance for 3. He gets a lot of this ball anyplace else in the ballpark. It's a quick run. Allegheny Health Network Super Mo shows him getting into it. Rattles around out there. And Andrew will shut it down at second base.
Well, you'll take the leadoff double here, certainly. Man in scoring position, double number 4 for McCutchen. He's 2 for 3, second straight multi-hit game. And we'll start keeping an eye on how those multi-hit games start to pile up for Andrew. Marte to right field, and that ball's down. And McCutchen's got to be held at third base. He had to wait, make sure that Hayward wasn't going to catch it. Marte with another hit.
He's blistered that ball. Absolute rocket to right. What you call going to the pitch with some authority. A very quick visit by Derek Lilliquist and very quick action in the St. Louis bullpen. And that was a good play out in right field by Hayward. That ball came close to handcuffing him. And Andrew's got to make sure that quickly the Pirates set up shop. And this crowd has come to life, too.
Pitching coach Derek Lilliquist out for a visit, giving the Cardinal bullpen a chance to get going. The Pirates with a tying run aboard.
And again, first things first, get that run in for sure, and then go to town. Do what else you can do on top of that. But we got action.
Pitch to Pedro. Nothing in 1 to Alvarez. Got a pretty good pitch. And took it for a strike. That's the one tricky part about an at-bat, Steve. You don't know if you'll see another strike like that. We'll see. Play to the left side, and it's 0-2 to Alvarez.
Now, last time up, Walker started him off with a curveball and then kept working on it with a strikeout.
Runners off the corners, nobody out. 4-2 Cardinals. Pirates batting in the 6th. 0-2 to Alvarez, away throw to first. Marte gets back.
Short leash now for Michael Walker.
Gave him a show me pitch there. It's 1-2.
You know, the old axiom, you have to look for the fastball and then gear down and stay back if you don't get the fastball. You can't look for the hook and catch up to good major league fastballs. Doesn't work that way.
1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Michael Walker missed a good chunk of last season. Had a shoulder problem, missed 68 games, came back, pitched at the end of the season and the postseason out of the bullpen. He gave up the pennant clinching home run to the Giants' Travis Ishikawa in the deciding game of the National League Championship Series. There goes Marte, and this ball is pulled to the far end of the Cardinal dugout.
There's the big change in velocity, 94 down to 76. They're doing a good job staying alive. It's really hard to imagine being up there at the plate and seeing 94-mile-an-hour fastball, gearing up for that, not getting it, and resist the temptation of starting your swing so early. You got no chance if you don't get it.
Ground ball to Walker. They're going to second. They're coming to the plate, and McCutchen is safe. Ball got away from Molina. It's 4-3.
Wow. Very close to coming up empty. The throw was there in time, and the ball got knocked away somehow. Walker looks back to third. Did he ever completely have it?
Came right out of his glove.
Bumped out. Must not have secured it in the glove somehow.
Well, it's a one-run ball game. Alvarez will get an RBI, reaching on a fielder's choice. And McCutchen scores the Pirates' third run. Pitch out. Look at it from a different angle.
He does the right thing. And then somehow he got it into the glove and got knocked out.
There goes Alvarez, and a little hit and run action. J.A. fouls it off.
You know, you can have your hand around the ball, get it into the glove, and still not have a real secure thing, because if you got it secure, you got a lock. I mean, you got leather on one side and hand on the other, and usually you won't get it knocked out if you got it in your hand right. So talking about priority, make sure you get that one in, let the rest of the half inning play out.
And J.A. to center field. Hangs up for Borges.
And he hit that ball right on the button. Well, he's hit the last two balls solidly. Very, very good. The Adam ball, some things you can't control other than hit the ball hard.
They got to drop in eventually.
Yeah.
And as long as he doesn't take his frustration to the plate with him, he'll fall in.
Well, those two,
unfortunately, slumps happen.
Yeah. Those last two at bats were good at bats.
Josh is 0 for his last 20 now. Cervelli takes a strike.
Milwaukee due up third in the 7th inning, so this is going to be it for him. We're close to the 100 mark.
Matt Belisle in the bullpen for the Cardinals. He's ready to go. Called upon. Cervelli, ground ball off the mound. That's up the middle and a base hit.
Now, see, there you go. Josh hits the ball right on the button to center field. And this is a wandering ground ball up the middle for base hit. Simple as that. Ground ball, base hit.
So the Cardinal infield, along with catcher Yadier Molina, will stall. This is baseball's version of the four-corner offense.
What they do will pass along information that Gil Lucas, kind of the founder of cable sports in Pittsburgh, back in KBL and HSC and all that, recovering from some surgery, and glad to hear from Gil, and hope the rehab continues successfully. Good man, good friend, Gil Lucas. You know he's watching right now, hoping for a gap shot.
Strike to Mercer.
Yeah, we need Jordy to hit it about 15, 20 feet further than he did last at bat.
Yeah, Borges actually playing him pretty cheap in center field. Playing shallow.
Took Holiday back to the warning track last at bat.
Jordy with runners on base this year, hitting .294. Tying run is at second, and Alvarez. Go ahead run Cervelli at first.
Molina doing his thing, as he's done for a lot of years. Former catcher Mike Matheny can appreciate that.
2-1 coming to Jordy. Popped it up. And over the plate. And the Pirates will leave two. They get one. It's a one-run ball game. 4-3 after 6. T-Mobile game changer. Starling Marte with his bullet right through the wickets of Pete Kozma at third base. That got Polanco home for the game's first run on the error by Kozma. Then this base hit, and Walker came around to score. RBI number 21 in the season. And another base hit. This one to the opposite field. That helped get McCutchen a little closer to scoring. Our T-Mobile game changers, Starling Marte. 4-3 ball game. Cardinals up by a run, top of the 7th. Bucks went down 4-1 after the Holiday home run in the 3rd inning. They've been chipping away ever since. And Liriano with 9 strikeouts facing Molina, who hits one down in the left field corner. And Molina will jog to second and take a double. Like there was another ball that came out of the stands. It was not the one that Molina hit, but I didn't see how it came out. I just saw another ball. Did you see?
What's that all about? Well, everything disappears.
Just tossed out by a fan. Why would you do that?
That's not supporting your ball club very well. having a couple of baseballs in that area. There's one baseball. Now, I'm glad Marte picks up the right baseball. The right ball, whatever kind of ball it is. Anyway, here we are.
Uh-oh. This inning not starting out very well.
I would think that's a pass ball. He's out there, and then by setting up outside, he gets the slider inside and just off the glove.
Runner at third, nobody out.
And, well, you've got to within one run, and now there's a chance you're going to give it back unless Liriano can come up huge.
Double down to third on a pass ball. Liriano is facing Cosmo.
He's down at the bottom part of the batting order. There's a tough row ahead of him.
Archimedes Caminero loosening up.
You think about strikeouts, you think about speed, you think about Caminero.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Cosmo.
He got him last time for his 5th strikeout. It's just hard to ask pitchers, hey, I've got to have a strikeout. I've got to have a strike against major league hitters. It's tough.
That's John Jay in the on-deck circle, which would spell the end of the night for Michael Walker. Cosmo pulls a foul.
Almost had him far enough out in front. Now Cervelli wants to talk with Francisco. We got our 2015 fantasy campers in town this weekend.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
They were playing a game out in Upper St. Clair out in the South Hills today. They'll be around the ballpark tomorrow. Good to see them again.
It's one of the highlights of the year for you, isn't it?
It is. It is. It was a great time. Good to see them during the season here in Pittsburgh.
Strike 3. That is a new season high for Liriano with 10 strikeouts.
Huge. Step number 1. After the changeup pulled foul, he goes back outside, away from the strike zone, away from the hitting area, and again way out in front. These guys just can't hold back. Walker getting congratulations. Let's hope they're premature.
Well, he's all done after 6 innings. 3 runs, 2 earned. 1 out, Molina at third base. And Jay gets him in. Pinch hit, base hit for John Jay. He's going to take a huge turnaround first, but go back.
And you wonder if he's sitting on the bench there all night seeing Cardinal after Cardinal out in front. He just was able to perhaps stay back. Yep. Didn't go to the fastball. And that might have been the case. He's saying, hey, everybody's been out in front. I'm going to take a shot and look for something soft. And unfortunately, Francisco got it up in the air.
Well, that's going to do it for Francisco Liriano. A double switch coming up as Clint Hurdle checks with the home plate umpire Jerry Meals. Jung Ho Gung will come out. And we'll break it down for you when we come back. It's a 5-3 St. Louis lead. news too that Joey Votto suspended a game for bumping umpire Chris Conroy. He was supposed to sit out tonight, but they were rained out. So to the next game. Jung Ho Gung in at shortstop. He'll bat ninth, which will be first in the bottom of the seventh inning. Archimedes Caminero comes in for Jordy Mercer, eighth. Peter Borges, top of the order. John Jay aboard and one out. Borges, a tough guy to double up. Runs very well. First and Jay back.
He's got that body language like he might want to go right away. You got a pitcher that might not have the quickest move. Gets out to a decent lead and then it's not a modest lead. It's a substantial lead.
Jay has tried to steal second twice this year. He's been thrown out both times. Once against the Pirates. He's had some good games against Pittsburgh. The pinch hit RBI single to get Molina home. Give the Cardinals a little bit of cushion. To the right center field gap. That's past Polanco, and Jay is going to be held at third. Another double for Borges, his second of the game.
And a good recovery for Polanco out there because he cut straight across initially. That ball didn't slice all the way back to him. You can see him going straight across, and now he's got to give ground. But he catches it and gets it back in. That saves a run for the moment.
Borges at second. Jay at third. Infield is in. One out. Batter is Colton Wong. And he hammers this one. It is a three-run home run for Wong. He was sitting on that pitch and hit it well over the Clemente wall, and this has opened the floodgates for the Cardinals. Second home run for Wong in as many games against the Pirates.
And he continues to burn Pittsburgh. This is a no-doubter. His timing is perfect. It's a 92-mile-an-hour delivery and gone.
Third home run of the year for Wong. Matt Holliday, one of three Cardinals with a home run. And did this ball leave the park in a hurry or what?
That was a no-doubter. You're wondering just how far it was going to go, not if it was going to go. So the Cardinals bringing out the long ball tonight.
Well, that will close the book on Liriano too. Francisco's going to get stung for 6 runs, 5 of them earned. And the ERA of Liriano jumps almost a full run from 195 up to 279. Pretty big jump in one outing. Holiday takes ball 2, 2-2. Cardinals off to perhaps the best start in franchise history. And that's saying something when you look at the history of this franchise. As Holiday down on strikes, 2 down. They've gone out and won a lot of series. They have 9 series played, 8 series wins and 1 series tie. They've not lost a series this year. Peralta takes the ball, and that's tied with the old St. Louis Perfectos in 1899 for the most series played without a series loss to start a season. Remember the Perfectos?
No.
No. Most people don't.
Not quite.
A lot of franchises had different names. Rodimus Lees warming up now for the Pirates. Pirates at one time were the Alleghenies. 2-1. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Beg your pardon. Colton Wong with a home run. Recanting his story to his teammates. And it's 3-1. Three-one pitch to Peralta. To right field, and Polanco there. And a tough inning for the Pirates as the Cardinals put up 4 runs. A 3-run home run too by Colton Wong. 7th inning stretch at PNC Park.
Fans, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. We invite you now to stand, follow the Lansing Park Smiley Cookie, and join everyone watching at home.
Well, the St. Louis Cardinals imported it from Missouri tonight. Johnny Peralta with a solo shot, a 3-run blast to the deepest part of the yard by Matt Holliday. That was in the 3rd inning. And then in the top of the 7th, Colton Wong with a run over to Yin. Hit a 3-run shot. First 3rd of the year. Cardinals bring the lumber tonight. UPMC scoreboard shows them up 8-3. Game 1 of this 3-game weekend set. John Jay remains in the game. He'll play left field. Matt Holliday is out. Part of a double switch to get Matt Belisle in the game. Belisle, former Colorado Rocky, right-hander now making his way with the Cardinals. He will face Jung Ho Gung. First at bat of the night for Jung Ho.
An unusual line for Walker. I think I have it right. 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned, 6 hits. Didn't walk a batter and just struck out 1.
Yep,
okay. But he's a pitcher of record, beneficiary of all this offense. Tidy offense when you hit 3-run home runs. 8 runs on 8 hits.
Colton Wong does it again. There's 3 home runs in his career against the Pirates, and Jung Ho with a base hit to center. Oh, he's getting his opportunities. He's making the most of them.
And there's a chance, for the time being, he might be getting more opportunities. You know, Colton Wong is not that big a guy, and he's got that kind of leg lift too. And if the timing is right, the 2 home runs that we've seen from Wong are not cheap home runs.
Put everything into it.
That was a monster.
Gun the runner at first base, nobody out. Back to the top of the order, and Gregory Polanco. Molina will take a slow stroll out, as he always does.
And might be telling Matt Belisle, listen, we've got a big lead. You gave up a base hit. Let's not give them anything. Make them earn anything. That might be the theme of a catcher conference with this kind of situation. Molina's been around long enough to know how innings can get away from you, even though you think you might have a safe lead. That's what we're hoping for, from a Pirates standpoint.
Good cut by Gregory.
Discipline required here. You can't get the lead with 1 swing of the bat, so don't try to hit a 7-run home run. That's a big time swing there.
Two ball, 1 strike count. Matt Belisle on the hill. Facing Gregory Polanco. Polanco 1 for 3 with a run scored tonight. Nobody out. Jung Ho Kang at first base. And Belisle's 2-1 pitch. Ripped down to first. Reynolds has it. Throw to second. Needed to tag him. And Kang is safe.
Well, that could have been interesting, but for the reaction pick by Reynolds, big time play. Got a 5-run lead. That's rattling around in the corner. That big lead is going to be jeopardized. Here's where they try to get the double play with the tag after the out at first base, but the foot hits the base before the tag is applied.
And Mike Matheny up on the top step. He's waiting to see if he might want to challenge this one. He's going back in the dugout.
That ball was blistered. Not properly playing no doubles. That was still a very impressive reaction play.
One out, Walker the batter. Strike call. Well, Reynolds made a very good play to take a hit away from Polanco. And very close to picking up a double play. Off the handle foul. Point Park University tweets, Steve, who was the most difficult person for you to get out?
I look at that as singular. Difficult person, not persons. There's a couple categories when you talk to most pitchers. The difficult with the power guy or the average guy. Billy Williams overall, and I speak for a lot of major league pitchers. Great Chicago Cub, Hall of Famer. We all did our part to put him in there. He was probably the most consistent. You know, then you look at a guy like Willie McCovey, who disrupted that foursome at the Shenley Park Golf Course. Those kind of categories too. From a power standpoint, yeah, McCovey. From an overall just best major league hitter maybe I ever saw, Billy Williams. Sweet swinging Billy. I pitched a 4-hitter against the Cubs one day. He went 4 for 4.
Yeah.
If he's sick that day, I'm in Cooperstown.
He was never sick when you pitched, was he?
No, he was sickening.
Wasn't he always in the lineup?
Yeah. But he's the only guy that got any hits.
He and Ron Santo.
Yeah. Santa was actually, I never found this out till about 3 years ago. Ron Santo actually had a better batting average against me than Williams, but it just seemed like Billy just tortured everybody. Now that was just right in the middle of that list.
A few years back, I asked Ron about hitting against you, and his eyes lit up.
Here comes the pitch from Belial.
Couldn't wait to talk about it. But he prefaced that by saying what a good guy you are.
Well,
there's a base hit by Walker. That's going to get John Ho home. RBI single for Neal. It's 8-4.
All right. Keep on doing it. Picture of the Pirates' 4th run coming across in the person of Jung Ho Kang. Taking a look and seeing if there's going to be any action at home plate. You know, get it out of here, Andrew. Make it interesting. Just to finish that up, by the way, all that stuff about the Cubs. Did very well against them.
You did well against the Cubs.
We beat up the Cubs a lot. Well, I mean, we scored a lot of runs.
Just a couple of guys got a few hits off you, but
oh yeah.
All in all, you did pretty well against that team. One and one to Andrew McCutchen. We're going to see you in Chicago on the next road trip.
I will be making that trip.
Steve's going to.
Bob Walk's son is getting married, so we're going to give Bob the weekend off. That happened a couple of years ago. I went to New York.
That's right.
Bob's son was getting married. Congratulations.
This is the last one, so no more road trips for you after this.
I hope that's the case. I don't want to see any disruptions. Marital situations. You're making a couple trips this year.
You might, yeah. I think I heard a rumor you're going to be on another trip too.
Yep, Chicago and Washington. Hope and John Wayne are out.
Filling up the rotunda tonight. 1 out, 1 on, an 8-4 ball game. And the 2-1 to McCutchen. That's going to wait as Belial again throws to first.
And Mike Matheny not taking any chances, has activity in the bullpen. The Pirates making some noise here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Andrew wanted to get us within 2 with that swing.
Seth Maness. This guy gets a lot of work. Everybody in the Cardinal bullpen gets a lot of work. Not too many nights off for those guys.
It's been successful work.
Full count. So 1 out and a full count. Marte coming up next.
The hot bat of Starling Marte tonight.
Here comes the payoff pitch. He struck him out. Two down now for the Pirates. Just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. And that's an extra large right there.
Yeah.
Supersize.
Yeah, that's a pounder.
Marte takes on the outside edge for strike one. Garland reached on an error in the first inning. Got a run in. Then an RBI base hit in the third and a base hit in the sixth. And a ground ball slowly hit to Peralta. He's got to hurry. And Marte is safe. That's his third hit of the game. He's been on base all 4 times.
You saw that kind of coming when he either got sawed off or hit the ball at the end of the bat with his speed. And Mike Matheny, as a result of this base hit up on the top step. Marte, Polanco are going to have a lot of career infield hits. That creates an opportunity for Pedro to make it very interesting. Mike Matheny was at the top of the steps, perhaps not anticipating a pitching change, but anticipating perhaps a question of the call at first base, but that was not to be.
Ball one to Pedro. Molina may have been crossed up, so he's going to get the sign straight with Belisle.
Yeah, he was fooled.
Now, oftentimes in a situation like this late, maybe a closer game, Matheny's going to go to the left-handed specialist, Randy Choate. Choate did not pitch yesterday. He's only had 6 pitches since the third. He usually faced the lefty, one guy, and he's out. But got a right-hander, Manus, ready in the pen, and he's sticking with Belisle here with 2 outs.
And he's still sitting on a 4-run lead. Might save Choate if it gets dicey at some point.
Belisle didn't pitch yesterday, but he did pitch 2 days ago through 10 pitches and a brief relief stint against the Cubs. And Pedro hits this one up in the air to right field. Jason Hayward with lots of room. And the Pirates will strand 2 more. They've left 7 after 7. It's an 8-4 Cardinal lead.
Things are alright when the Bucks take it down the opposing side. BGLB at the PNC. Why touch and go full frenzy? Wrap up and down and thumb inside. Back into the night with a sweet line drive. Jump until your feet on the fireworks side. All my friends can't wait for Friday night.
Friday Night Rocks on Root Sports. 8-4 Cardinals. Top of the 8th inning. to the top of the rotunda. A new pitcher on for the Pirates, Rodimus Lees. He has not worked since the 3rd of May. And that was that long Sunday game, that 14-inning game against the Cardinals last weekend. He threw 39 pitches, hadn't thrown that many pitches in a game since he was with the Orioles in 2008.
Caminero charged with a couple of runs on a couple of hits coming in relief of Liriano.
Reynolds pulls this one fouling out of play. Reynolds 0 for 3. Hitting under 200, 196. Fouls it back for strike 2. Cardinals had won a bunch in a row last week, and while they were doing so, Mike Matheny kept having Mark Reynolds deliver the lineup card before the game. And as long as they'd won, he'd do it again the next night until they lost. Pokes this one to right field. A rare hit in that direction for Mark Reynolds. Leadoff single for the Cardinal first baseman. Our Nissan Road Ahead tomorrow night coverage starts here on Root Sports at 6:30. Carlos Martinez at 3-0 will oppose Vance Worley. And then on Sunday afternoon on Mother's Day, Tyler Lyons, no decisions. He'll oppose left-hander Jeff Locke, who is 2-2. And that is our Nissan Road Ahead. Vance gets to go tomorrow night. He'd love another shot at these Cardinals. Hayward takes ball 1. Obviously a Vance Worley fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Eyewear similar. I got to say, Tim, that I never thought that I would see 12 runs tonight with Liriano and Walker.
Well, more runs have been scored tonight combined than in the series in St. Louis last weekend. They got 1 out of that on the line out to Jung Ho. 11 runs scored combined in 35 innings last weekend. And 12 here tonight in game 1.
Broken bat. It becomes the leaning spear of baseball bat. Stuck in the ground.
Yadier Molina will face Rodimus Lees now. Foul tip for a strike. Lees ended up taking the loss on Sunday against the Cardinals. Gave up the Colton Wong home run in the 14th inning. Runner goes. Perfect hit and run. Well, Reynolds around second. He's to third. And that's the second hit of the night for Molina. Cardinals 2 on and 1 out in the 8th.
Perfect pitch to push that way with a hit and run. Up and away.
Pete Cosma at the plate. Molina look a little thinner to you this year?
Yes.
31 pounds he lost since the end of last year.
You can see it on him.
Cosmo will take a strike. It's in an effort to try to stay healthy. He had some injury issues last year. So a lighter Molina this year.
See it in the body, see it in the face too. Tattoo is still there.
A 1-ball, 1-strike count to Kozma. And Lee's pick. Popped him up. Shallow right center. McCutchen makes the catch. Reynolds bluffs. And the runner's back to first and third.
Never know. See if you can save that run at third base. Never know, never know.
Well, 2 men out. And John Jay back up, had a pinch hit base hit in the 7th inning that got Molina home.
That got it all started. Huge hit.
Inside for a ball. One for one, average of 258. John Jay defensively will play anywhere in the outfield, left, center, right. Seen him in all 3 positions in just 3+ games. There's a ground ball to second. Throw by Walker ends the inning. Nothing across for the Cardinals in the 8th.
Presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Follow the Pirates all season in 2015 with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or tablet. Seth Maness will pitch the bottom of the 8th for St. Louis. Start off against Josh Harrison.
Seth Maness, former Pirate, East Carolina Pirate.
Yeah, different kind of Pirate.
Went to school there. I'm jealous. He was born in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Golf heaven.
Nice, huh?
Yep. Been very busy. 139 appearances over the last couple of years after coming through the system as a starter. He's done pretty well for being a 350th pick
very well
in the draft when he was drafted back in June of 2011.
1-2 and a ground ball up the middle. Get through. It does. There's an 0 for 20 skid for Harrison.
See, that'll teach him to hit the ball hard. That's what you do. You roll the ball up the middle. Last two at bats before this one, hit the ball right on the button. Now he rolls it through the middle, and that streak is over. Just past the foot of Mays. He might have got a piece of that with his foot. It just keeps going. Allegheny Health Network Super Mo will tell you that it just keeps going.
The Pirates with a leadoff man aboard, and the pitch to Cervelli. Spins him out of the way.
Well, Seth Maness is kind of the Cardinals version of our Jared Hughes. He's the ground ball guy. He's the double play guy that they go to in given situations. And he has worked himself right into that situation here.
One on one to Cervelli. Francisco with a base hit in the sixth. 1 for 3. Fly to center, grounded to third. Otherwise, this one's going to go to the gap. Cut off by Borges. Harrison around second. He's into third.
More action.
Back-to-back base hits off Manos to start the eighth.
And slices this just out of the reach of Borges out in center field. Slice and dice. Makes it first and third.
So with 2 on, Harrison at third, Cervelli at first. The pitcher's spot comes up, and Corey Hart will pinch hit. He's got all of the Pirates' pinch hits this year, and he usually swings early in the count. 217. He's a pinch hitter. He has 4 hits, one of them a home run. Antonio Bastardo is up. Left-hander getting himself ready.
Well, Lees works himself through a scoreless inning in and around 2 hits. Put up the 0.
All right, a ground ball toward the middle. Right there is Peralta. That's a double play.
There's the Seth Maness signature. Harrison will run, but they'll take the double play. They'll make that deal every single time.
4-3. Harrison in. 8-5. Jung Ho is 1 for 1. Seems to be getting more and more comfortable each and every day. It's a different transition for him than different way of going about things than he was accustomed to. We talked about that, but now it seems like incrementally he's giving the Pirates better and better at bats each time. Starting to learn the pitchers a little bit. Now his second series with St. Louis. He's had a couple series with Milwaukee and Cincinnati. He got the hit that he wanted off of Aroldis Chapman the other night too. It's one of the things he said.
Bucket list.
Yeah, bucket list item he had in the offseason when the Pirates signed him. Head in the count, 3-1. Clint Hurdle saying earlier today that Jung Ho here to complement the team. But if he keeps hitting, he's going to have to get more time. Oh, he asked for time. Jerry Meals didn't give it to him. And he stands there and strikes out, thinking that he was getting time out. Umpire doesn't have to give it to you, but rarely does he deny you. Clint Hurdle will come out to discuss. Did not give it to Jung Ho Kang here. Let's see if he did it in enough time. No.
I've seen time given with shorter periods of that than that.
Manus was in the windup. And you're really not supposed to get time when the pitcher has begun his motion. But we see it all the time, as you mentioned.
All the time.
It's all the time. Well, that time, Jerry calling it by the book.
I'm usually an advocate of not giving time. And the guy gets ready to pitch, especially as he goes further into the motion. I've seen him almost grant time when the ball is released.
Antonio Bastardo will face the top of the order for St. Louis in the 9th inning.
Well, the 2 3-run home runs, the big items in this ball game. Earl Weaver's favorite play in baseball, the 3-run home run.
Peter Borges has a pair of doubles tonight. He has also struck out twice. That's what those Orioles teams used to do, just play for the 3-run homer. A lot of teams in the American League do that anyway. Bryant for strike 2. Antonio Bastardo surrendered 3 hits and 3 runs in the 9th inning Tuesday against Cincinnati. He did pitch Sunday in St. Louis, 2/3 of an inning. Didn't allow a run. 6 of his 10 appearances, he has worked less than an inning. And he strikes out Borges. 3rd time Borges has gone down on strikes.
That's what they'd like to see from Bastardo, that kind of efficiency.
Bucks continue this series with the Cardinals tomorrow. Vance Worley takes the mound for the Bucks. Our coverage starts at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason on Root Sports. Carlos Martinez on the other side for the Cardinals to face Vance Worley tomorrow night. Colton Wong will take low for a ball. Well, the Pirates got to find a way, Steve. Got to find a way to beat these Cardinals. Talked about it all winter. Talked about it all spring. And they have stood in the Pirates' way the last couple of years, especially in 13. A shattered bat base hit for Colton Wong, who's had himself a night. Single double home run for Wong tonight. Now Matt Adams will come up to pinch hit. Bat in the pitcher's spot, which was third as a result of a double switch. .281 for Adams. Pirates will shift for him, and he can go the other way. He likes to go to left field. He's pulled a lot of baseballs also, but Pirates are going to set up outside for him. Cervelli on the outer half. And pitch up high. Like Bastardo missed a spot.
Interesting. You set up for him to pull on your infield, then you set up to pitch away. And the foundation of that is many times you're just going to think he's going to commit to pull no matter where it goes.
There goes the runner, foul back. Against left-handers, this is where Matt Adams has hit the ball since 2014. Pull.
And the pull hitters, no matter how you try to pitch them, are still going to pull the ball when they establish that kind of personality. That's their style, to turn on the ball. For the most part. On occasion they'll go the opposite way and say, oh my goodness, what are we setting up for?
1-2. Here comes the 1-ball 2-strike pitch. Well, no, we'll throw to first instead. Long getting back. 3-run ball game, top of the 9th inning. Cardinals up 8-5. 11 hits apiece. So getting hits hasn't been the issue tonight. It's been getting enough runs. There goes Wong. And no throw by Cervelli. Colt Wong had such a big jump that Cervelli didn't try it. Stolen base for Wong.
That's 5 or 6 steps before the release.
Straight steal also.
You've got to adjust your defensive alignment at second base.
A full count on Matt Adams.
Yep. Somebody over there in the vicinity of third base. Because he might shorten up and try to push the ball to left, get a run, base hit, instead of committing to pull.
Pirates put in some early work this afternoon, as they do each afternoon in different concentrations depending on the day. Today happened to be pickoff moves at second. So let's try one there. That's part of the deal. You don't just come out and play the games. It's early work, and they work on fundamentals. Some guys just get early hitting. Sometimes we run different drills. Yesterday they were running different infield drills.
A lot of 2 o'clock arrivals for a 7 o'clock game.
Three-two, and Adams in the air to right center. Long run for Kutch. He makes the catch, and Wong will tag and head to third.
Big ride to right center field, but Andrew runs it down.
Shortstop, Johnny Peralta.
Shots, runner at third now, and Johnny Peralta will be the hitter. Cervelli talking to Bastardo about him. Peralta with a home run. His first time up in the second inning. He's 0 for 3 since, so a 1 for 4 night for the Cardinals shortstop. Young Cardinal fan sticking it out.
Long night for everybody, but the Cardinal kids are happier.
Yeah. Well, they're on Central Time.
Let me see. Let me figure that all out.
They're an hour behind. Peralta fouls back. No balls and 1 strike. 2 men out. Foul ball for strike 2. Buccos won 1 out of 3 against the Reds to start this homestand, and this series for the Cardinals, at least to this point, not getting off to the best start, but 5 runs up on 11 hits. In the bottom of the 9th inning, they'll have the top of the order up. Polanco, Walker, McCutchen, get to Marte. Maybe they could put together an inning, but they've not been able to put more than 1 run on the board during any inning. They built a picket fence on the scoreboard with all the ones. Mitch Harris and Trevor Rosenthal.
Yep, getting prepared to see whom they might need or might not need. Safe situation currently. That could change. We hope it doesn't.
2-2.
Well, good baseball teams can go toe-to-toe with you or can beat you 2-1. And the Cardinals have been doing a lot of both, to be quite honest. Their record reflects that.
And they have continued to do it without their ace, Adam Wainwright, who's done for the season. Achilles surgery. Strike 3, Peralta down. Well, Bastardo strikes out 2. Last wrap for the Pirates. They trail 8-5. Inning, and Corey Hart gets a run home, but the Pirates had to give up 2 runs. That's the Chick-fil-A double play, or 2 hits rather. Harrison walked in. Chick-fil-A double play of the game. 8-5 Cardinals, 11 hits apiece, 1 error apiece. With Steve Blass, I'm Tim Never. Young fans want to see a walk-off. See a late rally. It's rally cap time here at PNC Park.
Trevor Rosenthal coming out, looking for his 11th save. 1.23 ERA, 19 strikeouts in approximately 15 innings.
He came on in the 9th inning on Sunday. Cardinals with a 1-0 lead. First pitch he threw, snapped his neck around as Jung Ho Gung hit one out well over 400 feet for his first major league home run. That sent it into extra innings. Different story tonight. Polanco looks at strike one. 1 for 4 tonight. Just need to find a way to put something together here. Bottom of the 9th inning. Gregory fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Other Central Division action. The Cubs leading Milwaukee 4-2. We're in the 7th inning, playing in the Central Time Zone, Steve.
Okay.
And the Reds rained out in Chicago against the White Sox. Joey Votto was going to serve his 1-game suspension tonight, but that'll get put off till they play again next. That's upstairs, and the count even, 2-2. Pirates' next opponent, Philadelphia Phillies, beating the Mets in Philly 3-1. Pirates will go there for a 4-game series starting Monday. Three and two.
It all starts with a base runner.
Rosenthal ready. And the pitch. And Polanco fouls it off. Rosenthal has worked in 2 of the last 4 games for the Cardinals. 11 pitches yesterday, and back on the 5th he threw 14. So he's pretty well rested. 3-2, a little bouncer past the mound. Wong throws to first and gets Polanco. One man out in the bottom of the 9th inning. The batter will be Neil Walker. The bullpen for St. Louis this year coming into the game tonight, and they led the National League with a 1.47 ERA. Walker fouls this one back. .282 for Walker. Hit by a pitch, scored a run, drove in a run in the 7th with a base hit. Well, they seem to be getting along well. And strike 2, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming to Neal. Walker 4 for 9 against Rosenthal. That's a .444 average. What is it about Rosenthal that's made him so tough, you think?
Well, first of all, he throws very hard. He's up in the high 90s, he's 95, 96. I mean, he doesn't dazzle you other than that. I mean, it's an exceptional fastball.
2-2. Walker lines it to left, a base hit. Ninth inning single for Neil Walker. 2 hits for Neil tonight. Walker's 6th multi-hit game on the season. Now the Bucks with the tying run in the on-deck circle. At the plate, it's McCutcheon.
Usually when it's not a trick pitch or anything, he throws hard and he throws it to his spots. He's making pitches. Last year was a bust-out year, 45 saves. That ball, what, 90, 99?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, Rosenthal cranked it up.
Exceptional speed.
Some rare territory. Right into the glove of Wong, and that is the ball game. Double play ends it. Colton Wong's night. 3-run homer for the Cardinals second baseman in the 7th inning did the Pirates in. So the Bucks dropped the opener to the Cardinals by an 8-5 final score, and they have lost 4 to this team to start the season. And we'll come back tomorrow night to try to even up this series. Pirates now 13-16. Cardinals a major league best 22-7.
Very impressive. Well, of course, if Wong is not standing right there, Andrew has his second straight 3-hit night, but that's not the case. Wong was there, and Wong was everywhere tonight. Hard to overcome 2 3-run home runs. And the Pirates were not able to do that tonight.
So over the last 2+ seasons, the Cardinals win just their 7th game at PNC Park. Final score 8-5 St. Louis. Let's check in now with Rob King and Kent Jacoby.
Tim and Steve, thanks very much. The Buccos dropped to 1-3 in this homestand. They're continuing on with these NL Central teams. Teak, it's been tough right now. The Pirates 13-16. The offense got going, and for once the pitching wasn't up to standards tonight.
Yeah, this was a night. Liriano, even though his numbers were just so, he really struggled most of the night. You look at the 10 strikeouts and think, boy, I mean, he was on top of things, but his fastball was all over the place. He really couldn't set things up the way he wanted to, and therefore, the one home run that he gave up, and then the other one later. But yeah, Steve talked about it during the game. These St. Louis Cardinals are a team that can beat you in multiple ways. We've seen the first way during the time in St. Louis. Now we're seeing, okay, we'll play big game with you.
All right.
As opposed to small ball.
Yep, and it was the big ball tonight. Just like we promised earlier, it's Miller time, presented by Miller Lite, and it's 3 home runs for the St. Louis Cardinals. Peralta with his 4th of the year. Holiday, his 2nd was a 3-run homer. Then Wong, his 3rd, also a 3-run homer. Big flies and long home runs. I mean, these balls were well hit by the Cardinals tonight. Ball carrying well, but certainly no doubt about any of these 3 home runs. But the Cardinals used the long ball to win by the final score tonight of 8-5. So coming up next on Pirates Postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network, we will have complete highlights of this game, postgame reaction from the Pirates clubhouse. You'll hear from manager Clint Hurdle as well. Teach analysis, highlights from around the league, and a look forward to game 2 of the 3-game set. All that and more coming up next on Pirates Postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network.